Hello, everybody. I don't think anybody's actually here yet. Oh, no, there's a couple people watching. Okay. Unless StreamYard is lying. So, I don't know, if you're here, give us a shout. And I'll say hello, of course. Just waiting on more people to come. Just a couple more minutes, a couple stragglers. And again, this is the Philtastic, I was going to say the fabulous, the Philtastic Batober 2022 launch party. I have to apologize. We're both very worn out today. We both had a busy day. And we just finished Five Guys for dinner, which probably isn't the best idea right before you're supposed to go live. Because, I don't know, I'm at the age where I guess you eat something and your body immediately is just like, why did you do that? Hey, Trev. Hey, Beckerman. Yeah, so in conclusion, what I was saying, I would not recommend eating Five Guys out mere minutes before you're about to do a live stream. I wouldn't even recommend it hours. Maybe like, oh, he just spit up, honey. Maybe a day or two before. And my wife and the little guy are here. He's just about to go to bed, I think. Who knows? Because his schedule's all thrown off today, too. But we're going to be getting started in just a few minutes. So is everybody familiar with Batober? Let me know. I know there's a bit of a lag, so I'm going to give it a minute for people to go in. Do you know Batober, buddy? Let me see something. This is really going to confuse him. When I stream on Saturday mornings, like tomorrow morning, for example, I'll have the show on our TV here to my left. And if my wife and the baby are right here, he is staring at the TV and he starts smiling because he sees me on TV. And then he gets confused because he sees two of me. Durs, how are you, sir? We're going to get started in a few. So let's see. Is he confused yet? Yeah, he's focused 1,000% on the TV right now. Oh, he's going back and forth. He's a little confused. That's okay. So nobody answered me, but if you're not familiar with what Batober is an art challenge. It's specifically a drawing challenge that was started by Chris Samney. I think that most of you are familiar with Samney. Excuse me. Like I said, there's that Five Guys. I know that, look, Samney's a pretty big name artist. His Marvel stuff alone, he did some great runs on Black Widow. He did a great Daredevil run. I think it was 2 volumes worth with Mark Waid, probably about 10 years ago at this point, a little bit before Secret War, so maybe a little bit less. And what he's been doing, and I don't know how long he's been doing this, but I can tell you I've been enjoying it since I was aware of it. Every October, he comes up with 31 prompts. I don't know how he typically does it. This year, he basically let his whole IG feed pick it up. And those prompts will basically be the theme of the picture for that day. So he's going to draw, hey, Seth, he's going to draw a different Batman picture every single day, or Batman-related picture, fitting said theme. I've been doing this as well now for about 3 years. Yeah. And I've tried to do it with different variations because the first year I did it, I realized every single day it was a different Batman drawing. So I was like, I don't want to draw Batman the rest of the year. Then last year, I wanted to do a little bit of variation on it. If you're familiar with Chris Samney's work, most of it, or at least on his IG, a lot of it is in black and white. He usually works a lot in, I think, Indian ink and matte paper. And that really gives, if you're not following him on IG, you should, because it really does give Batman a dynamic kind of look and character to it. It's hard to put into words. It's kind of the thing you just have to see. So what I did last year, working in the same spirit as Chris Samney, I did all of mine in black and white, but I took it a step forward. Yeah, he's great, Beckerman. And look, I am nowhere near the skill on Chris Samney, but I like to think I had some good ideas at least pop up last year. I like to challenge myself a little bit differently each year. So last year, I put restrictions on myself. I said, first of all, no pictures of Batman. That's right. I drew 31 pictures of Batman for Batober 2021 without Batman in it at all. The second part of it is that I tried to make it where none of the pictures depicted any type of violence whatsoever. So, I mean, look, think of any Batman story. It's number one, usually has Batman, and number two, usually winds up with somebody getting kicked or punched or something. And I had some pretty, I think, kind of unique takes on things, and I really had fun with it. On the third restriction I had was, in addition to not using Batman, if I used a character, I could only use them once. That means one run at the Joker, one run at Harley, one run at Riddler. I even was starting to get to doing, I think at one point, some of the newer characters like Clown Hunter, Miracle Molly. I even did, which one was I surprised by? I forgot. I don't think I did Ghostmaker, only because his costume just looks a little goofy to me. It looks like something out of Metal Gear Solid. But yeah, and if you want to see any of that stuff, go ahead and check it out. It's still up on my IG. I in fact, also would do a different story. If you follow me on IG, then anytime I do a piece of artwork, I like to put something up in the IG stories and add a little bit of music to it. I have that actually all saved from last year under Batober 2021, and I think the one from last year is there too. So what I'm going to do this year, I'm going to challenge myself a little bit differently here. I am going to draw Batman again, so he's going to be in this. But and I do want to stick, I think, with the nonviolent poses again, or the nonviolent situations, only because some of the results, at least in my opinion, is my mic plugged in? Yeah. Some of the results I thought were a little funny. Like, for example, I even forgot what the prompt was, but I made a black and white picture of what I would imagine a Bane tiki mug looks like. It was definitely my favorite of last year, and I remember it actually got some attention. I'd encourage you again to look that up. But what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to do nonviolent pictures. All the prompts I've already put up on my IG, and Samney put them up. He actually had people from IG pick them for him. And what I'm going to do is I wrote down the first 31 Batman characters I could think of. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to limit myself to, not only am I following the prompts for that day, but I'm only drawing that character for the day. So, for example, tomorrow's word prompt is outnumbered. So the first character I pick from my words here is going to be who we draw for the first day, and again, it's going to be outnumbered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick these with you while you're here. Hopefully you find this entertaining. I'm going to go through each one of them. I don't have the actual word prompts here, so what I'll do is when we're done, I'm going to maybe just make it all in one list, just so you kind of get a roadmap of what we're doing. And I'm just kind of mixing up the names here. And I asked my wife to do this, but she's busy with the baby, so I'm picking them out here. So let's go ahead and get started. So for day one, the character is going to be Calendar Man. Calendar Man and outnumbered. That'll be interesting. And I'm very carefully putting them down on the table here so I don't mess it up. Day two, and I don't know the prompts offhand. I just knew day one. Day two is Punchline, a character who I don't like very much. That was supposed to be Joker's girlfriend after Harley, introduced during the Tinian run. But I don't know what the story is with her now. I've been following. Character number 3 is Scarecrow. He's always a fun one. I did like how Tinian made him look, though, in that run. Yeah, Beckerman. Punchline to me is kind of like, if you know The Simpsons, she's kind of like Poochie, where you just don't know why she's there. Day 4 is going to be the Black Mask. And I actually had I think a funny drawing with Black Mask last year. Again, I don't remember what the word prompt was, but I had him coming out of a Costco, and I just thought that was funny, at least to me. Okay, day 5 is Ghostmaker. Matt Woods is in the house. Everybody raise a glass. I don't know why I put Ghostmaker in here, because I just said I don't like his costume. I think he's funny looking. But guess what? I'm going to have fun drawing him. Okay. Next up is, couldn't read my writing for a second, but I got it, Nightwing. While I'm mixing these up, I'm going to ask my wife, honey, do you know who, or do you remember who Nightwing is?
No.
That is this Robin, the original Robin, Dick Grayson. He graduated onto his own character, Nightwing, when and Batman got a second Robin, who we kind of just saw a key book featuring him on Gary B's show at the Blasters. If you remember, I told you he was killed. Yeah. He got better though. Okay, the next one is, speaking of Robins, Red Robin, who is by far the worst named character in comics to me. Do you know who Red Robin is, honey?
Sounds familiar.
Well, because you probably, like me, might think of the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Red Robin
is...
I'm
talking about a character-wise.
Yeah, he's the third Robin.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, next up is Penguin. Maybe I'll try to do a different take on him, maybe similar to what was in the Batman film with, was it Colin?
Was that Penguin you just did?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that Penguin.
But how did you like Colin? Was it Colin Farrell? Neil, I'm shooting a video for you tonight, and I hope to get it up before midnight. We'll see. The next one up is Harley Quinn. I just put Harley on there.
You didn't like the movie?
I liked it. It was not a Batman movie.
Birds of Prey?
No, not Birds of Prey, the Batman.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the Harley Quinn movie.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't like that one. Next one is, I didn't remember his whole name, Maximilian. I just remember him from the cartoon, and I think he was in one issue of the comic. He was the guy who thought he was Zeus.
He's never been in a movie.
No, he hasn't.
Huh.
Well, you have to watch one of the animated series, honey. My wife, how much of the... We're not talking about the movie. This is all the characters. Mm-hmm. Okay, next up is, here's somebody who's been, yes, Neil, I'm committed to doing. I still have, I'm doing not one, but two of your challenges in one video. Or I'm going to at least try it. Neil says hello, by the way.
Hi.
She says hi, but you just heard her, so there. Next up is Lucius Fox. He's been in the movies. Do you remember who he is? Lucius Fox?
No.
Morgan Freeman's character in the Dark Knight trilogy.
I don't even recall that one.
Makes all of Batman's stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Next is Poison Ivy. And, oh, here's an interesting one. This one, it was kind of a last minute, I shouldn't say last minute, but it was kind of like, what do you call it when you just start writing? Matt Wood says hello as well, honey.
Hello.
Thomas Wayne. Now, I'm not specifying if this is the Earth 2 Batman Thomas Wayne or the dead Thomas Wayne. I didn't know the best way to say it. So I will know when I get to whatever the prompt is.
I feel like this is bingo night.
Yes, it is bingo night. Next up is Joker. Nobody called bingo in the chat yet. I'm kind of surprised. These guys are usually much better. I couldn't even think of that. Again, it's 5 guys, people. Just 5 guys. Batober, exactly, Zach. Okay, after Joker is Batwoman.
Wasn't there a show?
Yes.
You didn't watch that?
No, nobody did, honey. Suppose it was not very good.
Really?
Yeah, it's Bruce Wayne's cousin.
Oh.
Croc, Killer Croc.
He wasn't in a movie.
No.
No.
He's
I'm thinking.
I don't know who you're thinking.
Croc.
Killer Croc? But
yeah.
He was in the first Suicide Squad,
That's
but a crappy version, yeah.
Yeah.
She likes the first Suicide Squad. I don't. No, Neil, she has not made her first appearance yet. He's asking how come you haven't made your appearance yet. Next up is Gordon, Commissioner Gordon. And we're breezing through these. I don't know what number we're on.
What is that character?
Commissioner Gordon?
Yeah, I never heard
Remember? Yeah, you do. He's like the guy in charge of the police that always meets with Batman.
Oh, yeah, it sounds kind of weird.
Next up, Catwoman. I don't know why I said it like that.
I don't know either.
Yes, Neil, thank you. Hit the like button. Your jaw, dude. I have 0 artistic. Yeah, Durst. Just check it out on my IG. I have all of the Batober stuff there, and even stuff outside of Batober. I've done actually a couple of album covers in recent years. I've also did a print for Reggie. It was in one of his Soldier Supply boxes.
You have a few in the iPad you can show them, right?
Well, not now because I have. Well, they can't see the screen, but if they're like theirs is on my IG, he could just go right through the old pictures too. Next up is Alfred. And by the way, this is not taking place of our normal show tomorrow morning. That'll be there, and actually, I'll be doing the giveaways I've had for the past couple weeks live, so I will get those out this week. Next, here is a character from the cartoon who recently came over to the comics, Phantasm.
I thought you didn't like cartoons.
The Batman animated series is an exception, honey.
Oh, okay.
You know that. And the X-Men animated series as well.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Riddler is next.
Ugh, Riddler. Jim Carrey. Wasn't he the Riddler?
What about the most recent version?
I always go to Jim Carrey when I think of the Riddler. I don't know why. It was awful.
Next up is Clayface. You remember Clayface?
Yeah.
I like how they have him in the Harley Quinn show. You don't like that?
I don't watch that, but
Mr. Freeze.
we've seen him in a movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a bad movie.
Yeah.
It's a shame. He's a good character. Harvey Bullock.
What?
He's another one of the police. I don't think you'd know him from the
No.
movies. He was in very minor role in the Tim Burton ones. He was more prevalent in the animated series. Red Hood. Red Hood was the second Robin that came back to life and was bad, but he's good now. Thank you, Durs. I appreciate that, buddy. Bane.
Oh, Bane was a creepy character. Remember that movie?
Yep, I like that one.
Yeah. He was good.
He's also funny on the Harley show. Batgirl.
Wasn't there also a show on it?
Batgirl?
Batgirl?
No, there was supposed to be a movie, remember, it got canceled.
Oh, yeah.
Robin. This is the current Robin, Damian. See you, Durs. Enjoy the rest of your night. We're just about wrapping up here, too. There's only 3 left, and I have not pulled Batman yet. That is not by design, I assure you. Deathstroke, whom I've never drawn. Do you remember Deathstroke? Do you remember Deathstroke, buddy? You don't know. Do you remember Deathstroke, honey? He was at the end of Justice League.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Second to last will be the 30th is Batman. And on Halloween, whatever the word prompt is, it'll be a drawing of Two-Face. Okay, so those are my 31 character prompts. In case you just tuned in, or if you tuned in a little bit late, I am doing Batober 2022, or Batober again. And this year, to challenge myself again, I'm doing black and white, no violent depictions. That'll be kind of weird, I guess, with some of the more violent characters. And also, in addition to using a word prompt, I used a character prompt. So for example, tomorrow for day 1, I know offhand the word is outnumbered, and the character prompt is Calendar Man. Tomorrow will be a picture with Calendar Man and something to do with outnumbered. So I don't know. I like doing these because it kind of, in my opinion, forces your creativity. It makes you flex your creative muscles just a little bit more. And if you're on IG, make sure that you're following me because, of course, I will be posting every single picture. And I'm even just going to come back, I think, on the channel, maybe just do a video going over the pictures, maybe 5 at a time, 10 at a time. I think I did that last year. I don't recall. But anyway, I am going to sign off now. I'll be posting this up on my IG in a little bit. But I invite you, of course, to come and join us tomorrow morning, where we'll be doing our show Last Week Today. And yeah, we're going to be, again, going over a couple of giveaways. I still owe you guys 2 giveaways, so we're pulling them live. And yeah, we're just going to have a lot of fun, lots to talk about tomorrow. I'm actually going to be doing, I'll give you guys a little preview since you stuck around. I'm going to be doing a second art challenge in the month of October, meaning my arm is probably going to fall off. But I'm not going to tell you what it is today. You're going to have to tune in tomorrow to see what it is. But with that, thanks again for checking me out and giving me at least a little bit of your time. Hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace, love, and comics. Take care.